Taking a break from our severe weather coverage, I'm joined by the head coach of the Davenport University stunt and cheer team, Celia Kiogama. Celia, thanks so much for being here. We've got some really big stuff to talk about. You and your team just came home with your 9th national championship win. Obviously, we've got some of your hardware here. You've got a bunch of your rings on. You've been the coach for 11 years now.
Head coach for 11 years.
Amazing. I want to talk about that win, but first, for anyone who is like, what's stunt and cheer? You know, I want to introduce that to our audience because it's a relatively new sort of style of sport.
Absolutely. So stunt the sport, is derived from cheerleading, the aspects of it, right? The skills themselves. However, stunt, it puts cheer in a game day format, head to head. So two teams doing the exact same thing at the same time. Officials are up in the stands, right? They're making all their marks. They're noticing minors, majors, modifications, all of that fun stuff. But ultimately, the game and the gameplay is more than just 2 minutes and 15 seconds, what you get with traditional competitive cheerleading. Yeah. There's 4 different quarters. Quarter 1 being partner stunts, quarter 2 pyramids and tosses, quarter 3 jumps and tumbling, and then that quarter 4 team routine, it puts all 3 of them together. 4 rounds within a quarter, it can go up, down, in between. It can be 45 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on coach's challenge and timeouts, and it is the best sport around, in my opinion.
And hearing you talk about it, it's almost as if you took the format of a football game or a basketball game or something, but obviously not playing on a court, but instead doing these incredible stunts and tricks and techniques, which is so cool. We have some video from, I believe this is one of your most recent performances. Correct me if I'm wrong. What are we looking at here?
We are looking at right here. This is the final routine in the national championship.
Oh my gosh, so cool. So watch what's happening here, and I want to talk about, this is one of the big reasons I wanted you to come in, because you guys walked away with the top win, and it was kind of a dicey situation as you made your way to that first place win. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it really was. So starting in quarter 1, we were actually down 3-6. But this right here is quarter 4. This is the final routine that was called. It was called by the opposing team, so they knew that they were strong at it. And we went out there, as you see based on the score that's shown, we were up by 3 at this point. So it really was just about us executing and us getting the job done. So you'll notice, every single timing issue, every single maybe a little bit technique things where they're not completely straight or their lines are a little bit off, that's considered those minors or modifications like I talked about. But the opposing team, William Jessup, incredible team, but we were able to pull away in quarter 4 is really where we got to show our strength and come home with that win.
Oh my gosh.
It's so surreal.
Yeah,
still.
you can, I'm sure it's
so
cool
crazy.
to look back and be kind of giving us live highlights there, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, to come home with, I'm sure every national championship is so exciting, but 9, and were those all in the time that you've been the head coach?
Yes, ma'am. So I'm so sorry. No, two of them. One of them, rather, was during a time frame where Rachel Payne was the head coach.
So
and
8,
I took
though,
over for,
with you in charge is so cool. I'm sure everyone is awesome in its own way, but this most recent win for you and your team, what was that like?
Oh, gosh. Emotional, to say the least. I feel as though, every single experience, whether, any nationals experience, and any time that you're able to fight for a national championship, especially wearing Davenport across your chest. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and you take away different moments and different memories. But by far, no bias, this one was really special. With this group of athletes, with things changing along the horizon, for Davenport cheer and stunt, and just stunt in general too. It was a really, really special experience. I was very emotional after they
walked off after that. And part of the reason why I'm sure it's so emotional, I don't want to bury the lead here, is because you are sort of moving on to some new opportunities, leaving your post as head coach, so I'm sure that factored into it. So long, 11 years, correct, in charge, of this team and leading this team. What are you just going to take away with you as you, move on from this position?
Everything. I mean, it's been the honor of a lifetime to hold this position position and to be able to work with as many athletes that I have and work with so many incredible coaches. And a huge shout out to the Davenport coaching staff, Amber Sullivan, Mackenzie Brower, Hannah Yagi, Amy Jacobson, and just what we accomplished this season. And so many other names, you know, Carter Kiogma, my husband, who he coached with me for 4 years. God love him for it. But it's something where I have said it before, especially to our athletic director, Paul Loudon, where it's almost like I grew up here.
Yeah.
And it's a true coming of age story where I feel like I can take so much away from it, but it's the memories of being in the locker room and having those talks, or having that connection with the athlete at lunch,
yeah.
or even just the moment where you see an athlete maybe not be able to really fully grasp in the moment that they can get back up and go again.
Yeah.
It's those things that I'll take away for the rest of my life, and incredible opportunities on the horizon, but it was a very difficult decision,
yeah.
you know, kind of taking that step back.
And just last question for you. I know I grew up doing gymnastics. You grew up, you know, obviously with this for many years.
Yeah.
A lot of the times we get hit with the, you know, oh, it's not a real sport
Yeah.
setup. And nothing drives me crazier. People who are seeing this, seeing how cool, how talented these folks are, how far this can take you. I mean, to girls, boys out there watching this and thinking, you know, I want to get into that and I want to excel. What's just your word to them on, you know, that this is a sport, it's so challenging, it's so rewarding and beneficial?
Yeah. My little piece of advice is ceilings don't exist, and just keep pushing forward. And something that's really cool as well is that yesterday, stunt just made history as being the fastest sport
wow.
At the NCAA level to not just to be an emerging sport status and then to make it to championship status.
Wow.
So it is going to be, it's happening. It's not
yeah.
going to, it is happening
yes.
right now, where stunt is going to be recognized by the NCAA at the collegiate level, scholarships, opportunities for female athletes in this realm. And to speak to the male athlete, you know, out there, I know you mentioned that,
yeah.
I just feel as though nowadays cheer is becoming so prevalent in providing so many opportunities for athletes out
yes.
there, whether they come from the gymnastics background
yeah.
like both of us, or whether they come from the dance background. Opportunities are there, and you've got it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here with us. Congratulations again to your entire team. The best of luck to you in the future. Obviously, you have built such a legacy. We so appreciate you being here, walking us through this video. This is so cool, yeah. and I hope we even just reached someone out there and inspired them to get into this sport.
I hope so too.
So
Thank
awesome.
you so much for allowing us the opportunity as well.
All right,
Thank you.
Celia, we are going to take a quick